Live from KSAT 12, the news at 5:30 starts right now.
We begin this evening with new information on a shooting that killed 2 men last night. The victims are now identified as 19-year-old Marquise Green and 20-year-old Damari Grenage. Right now, San Antonio police are still looking for the people responsible. San Antonio police say it happened at 2:30 this morning at a home on Delgado Run. And this is outside 410 near East Houston Street and North Foster Road. This is video from that scene last night. Investigators say someone went up to the opened garage door and fired 2 shots at 2 19-year-olds whose names have not been released yet. Investigators are trying to figure out what prompted that shooting. What we do know that it is being investigated as a capital murder case. In about a half hour, there is a planned march for justice in honor of Caitlin Hernandez. She is the 17-year-old girl whose body was found in a drainage ditch just last month. Tonight's march is set to start at 6 o'clock near the bridge where her body was found. Our John Paul Barajas is attending, and we will have the latest on that family search for answers and where the investigation stands tonight on the Night Beat. Caitlin was supposed to walk the stage as a Roosevelt High School graduate in May. If you know anything about her death, you are still asked to call Crime Stoppers 210-224-STOP. Well, a man who was missing for almost a week is now safe at home. This is Emilia Cordova Mendoza Jr. We first told you about his disappearance on April 12th. He had not been seen since the 8th, but we did get an update from the Bexar County Sheriff's Office this morning saying thankfully the 68-year-old is safely returned home. All right, taking a look outside with live cam. It is nice and humid out there. We got some clouds in the sky. We're going to check in with Mia in just a second for your forecast. But first, we need to talk about the fact that we are already in Fiesta territory. It's the start of a new week and also the start of Fiesta Week. It's hard to believe the official kickoff for Fiesta 2024 just 4 days away. Fiesta this Thursday, April 18th. We're bringing you all of that Fiesta event coverage from the Alamo Dome right here on KSAT 12. And that's just the beginning. KSAT has you covered for all the Fiesta fun, including the parades, events, and so much more. You can find a list of upcoming events on our website, KSAT.com. But first things first, Mia, we got to check out what the weather is going to be like for Fiesta forecast.
Yeah, absolutely. Fiesta on Thursday, looking a little warm out there, but it's still possible that we find a cold front that could move in next weekend. Not only could that send some cooler than average temperatures into the region, but also maybe a few rain chances that we're going to need to keep eyes on as well. So speaking of which, let's talk all about it. Your weather headlines. Temperatures this week, before we can even get to Fiesta, warming up, nearing 90 degrees by Tuesday. A few isolated rain chances not out of the question here. Potentially slightly better next weekend, but that's all going to depend on the timing of this cold front that looks to move in right now, Saturday and into Sunday. Before we can get there, it is going to be humid, and that's exactly what we have seen out there this Sunday. Southeasterly winds pumping in more of that Gulf moisture, so those dew points much higher than where we were this time yesterday, in the 60s for most. So you're definitely feeling it out there. And you can see as we take a look at our dew point trend, humidity forecast into the upcoming work week, it is still going to be muggy out there. So because of that, another round of some patchy morning fog, perhaps even a little bit of drizzle, is expected to develop by the time you're stepping out for the Monday morning drive. I think even if we do find a little bit of fog out there, it's going to dissipate by mid to late morning, but the cloud cover is still holding on into the afternoon. Mostly cloudy skies, which we'll talk about in just a second. Take a look at your morning lows across the San Antonio area, mid to upper 60s. So you're going to feel that humidity stepping out tomorrow. 68 degrees, the forecast low here in town, 66 in Canyon Lake, 66 as well for places like Rio Medina, stretching over to Hondo, as well as Sabinal. So yes, we'll be monitoring for some patchy morning fog and drizzle first thing Monday. By lunchtime, 75 degrees, a little muggy out there with the cloud cover. High temperatures pointed for the mid 80s. Also, we will be monitoring for the potential to see a stray shower or two into Monday evening. Rainfall totals not great. It is going to be very, very light. Most of us, unfortunately, missing out. But you can see, yes, it is going to be a warmer than average day. For context, our average high is about 80 degrees for this time of year, mid to upper 80s, potentially even near 90 degrees possible, especially the farther south and west that you go tomorrow. If you think that's warm, check out Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. High temperatures approaching that 90-degree mark, and yes, warmer mornings as well, near 70 70s. So warmer than average, both lows and high temperatures. Again, we will be monitoring for the potential to see a cool front move in sometime next weekend. High pressure to our south right now, low pressure off to our west. As that low pressure system moves into the central plains, it's going to drop a boundary into the state of Texas on Tuesday. Maybe a 20% potential for a stray shower early Tuesday morning, but it stalls before it pushes through. As we see a reinforcing push, though, move in on the backside of that, it could move in into next weekend. Again, some cooler than average temperatures, maybe slightly better rain chances possible into early next week. We'll have more details on that coming up later on tonight on the Night Beat. Courtney.
If there's going to be rain chances, it's okay that it's humid.
Yep.
We'll take it. All right. Thank you, Mia. Well, tonight we're taking a look at some of our KSAT Investigate stories. We're just about a month out from the 2-year mark of the Robb Elementary School tragedy. And in January, the Department of Justice released a 600-page report on that shooting. The DOJ identified what it calls 10 stimulus events, where the hundreds of law enforcement officers present could have and should have stopped the killing, but they did not. Lee Waldman watched hours of surveillance and body camera video to show you each of those moments from multiple angles.
In this DOJ report, only elected officials and law enforcement leaders are identified. KSAT has made the decision to name all of the body camera video that we're using in this story, as well as anyone that is speaking that we can. I want to warn you, there are sounds of gunshots in this story and other material that some might find disturbing.
2 days before the last day of school and hours after families rejoiced at an award ceremony, a teen armed with an AR-15 came into Robb Elementary School and began shooting inside of classrooms 111 and 112. Within minutes, officers arrived. This is the first of 10 moments the Department of Justice report says officers should have intervened and saved the children and teachers inside of those classrooms. The report says 11 Uvalde PD and Uvalde CISD officers got on scene at 11:35. Acting UPD Chief Mariano Vargas and UCISD Police Chief Pete Arredondo failed to establish command. Meanwhile, outside,
guys, be careful! He might be in that building!
You want to go in there? No, because what if he comes around?
officers hesitated. With officers on scene, the shooting continues. They retreat.
Oh, shots fired! Get inside! Go, go, go!
The classroom is my wife's classroom.
Dude, we gotta get in there. VPS is sitting there. We gotta get in there. He just keeps shooting. We gotta get in there.
While officers in the hallway stayed back, more arrived outside.
Hey, I love you. We got an active shooter at the school. Man, I hope this guy didn't shoot your kids, bro.
Give me right next to the school.
Except where he's male subjects in the school on the west side of the building. He's contained. We got multiple officers inside the building at this time. We believe he's barricaded in one of the offices. Male subject still shooting.
We believe he's barricaded in one of the offices. Male subject still shooting.
Despite being incorrectly identified as a barricaded suspect, radio traffic suggests there are kids and teachers in the classroom.
The classroom should be in session right now. The class should be in session, Ms. Mirella. 19, your status.
Ruben. She said she shot Johnny.
Officer Ruiz is led out of the hallway by Pargas.
Hey, Pete's inside the room with him.
Despite dozens of officers in the hallway with shields and long guns, no one makes a move into either classroom.
More on the confusion of who was in charge that day, and police make contact with the shooter. We continue the investigation into the DOJ's report on the Robb Elementary School tragedy. And a warning to you all, the sound of gunshots are used in this story. It may be disturbing to some of our viewers.
Chief, what?
Are we just waiting for more tech or what's going on?
They're gonna come in. DPS Ranger. Somebody in there gonna come in.
Outside, officers are breaking windows to evacuate other classrooms.
Quickly, sweetheart, quickly.
Open the window, guys.
Open the window.
It's okay, guys, it's okay.
Pull the window.
Okay. There's the teacher,
Open the window. Cover me, cover me, cover me.
The report says at this point, Arredondo insists officers wait until the other rooms near 111 and 112 are cleared.
Let me know if there's any kids in there or anything. This could be peaceful.
Meanwhile, UPD Acting Chief Vargas hears a disturbing dispatch call. He only tells some in the hallway.
Is in a room full of victims.
Full of victims. Child called 911 says the room is full of victims. The room is full of victims. Child 911. Child 911. We got victims in there.
There's victims in the room with him? Child on the phone, multiple victims. A child just called that they have victims in there. Call 911.
I'm up on the door. Here. See if they'll open it.
Around 12:16, as Arredondo tries more keys on other classroom doors, a Department of Public Safety sergeant arrives.
You ready for friendlies?
Tell them to wait.
I need to grab my med kit for my thing. They say there's multiple victims in the room.
I know.
Lost 2 parents. We're gonna start shooting. We're gonna get more kids. We already have those.
That's what I'm saying. You're right.
I hate to say, we have to put those aside right now.
In both English and Spanish, Arredondo called out the gunman, at times using his name. Out of respect to the victims and survivors, and to prevent glorification, KSAT will not air that portion of the video.
Can you hear us, sir? Please don't hurt anyone. These are innocent children.
I'm so proud of these kids, man. They did so well.
They did. That door, I bet you was unlocked.
Ripping through the gauze and stuff, had that gauze ready to go. Yeah. They've been bleeding for a while. At least gauze and something to wrap it up.
Yeah, I got gauze, chest seals.
Hey, casualties, we're gonna put them right here. We're not taking them out yet. Casualties stay right here.
Even after this conversation, it took more than 10 minutes for officers to breach the room and stop the gunman. 77 minutes later, only a handful of people were pulled out of the classroom alive.
The victims and survivors should never have been trapped with that shooter for more than an hour as they waited for their rescue.
For KSAT Investigates, I'm Lee Waldman.
Monday night, January 15th, at the tail end of a 3-day weekend for Martin Luther King Jr. Day, San Antonio Independent School District Chief of Staff Tony Thompson informed district leaders via text message that minor problems had been mitigated and all campuses except one, quote, should have heating tomorrow. As we now know, that is not how the rest of the week played out. At Jaffet Academy, where the boiler went down, its indoor temperature dropped as low as 44 degrees. Hirsch Elementary was even colder, 42 degrees, according to internal SAISD text messages. At Jefferson High School, there was the 9 months pregnant teacher who complained directly to Superintendent Dr. Jaime Aquino that she was moving from room to find heat, afraid she'd get sick, and unable to take a personal day because she was saving them for her maternity leave. A second staffer emailed Aquino that Tuesday night, quote, we knew what to expect, so why is district leadership under a false impression and or denial that our buildings were actually going to be warm today? She then pointed out if Burbank's new building lacked heat, what made leadership think the district's older campuses would be warm? After issues continued that Wednesday,
I take full responsibility for making the wrong call.
Aquino made the decision to close schools the rest of the week, acknowledging that human error contributed to the heating failures. Ken Thompson, SAISD's then superintendent of operations, informed district leadership that week boilers had not been set to run around the clock and that a number of schools suffered from a low gas supply, claiming Northeast ISD experienced the same supply problems. An NEISD spokeswoman, however, told KSAT its district did not experience any gas issue except for a frozen meter at an elementary school repaired the same day. Quote, our facility maintenance team has no knowledge of sharing anything regarding gas issues with SAISD. Thompson and Mike Eaton, the district's chief of operations, seen here in his LinkedIn profile, submitted their resignations by week's end. Which brings us to transparency.
In the spirit of transparency,
it's a word Dr. Aquino used frequently during the district's winter weather response, but officials respectfully declined to make the superintendent available for an interview for this story. The district wanted to charge KSAT more than $2,300 for the records we're now reporting from, a majority of that money to pay for staff to review and redact information. The district did release the records to us, but only after we drastically narrowed our request.
I agree that the level of transparency that should be there is not.
Neil Gabrielson requested SAISD electronic communication records after the district's board last fall voted to close his children's school, Lamar Elementary, as part of its right-sizing initiative. When we first met Michael Fernandez in December 2017, he didn't seem all that concerned with his legal predicament.
Man, this is all frivolous stuff.
The detention officer,
Michael Fernandez, camera operator,
who was assigned to the sheriff's special emergency response team, had been accused a year and a half earlier of assaulting an inmate who was about to be released. Portions of the June 2016 incident were captured on jail surveillance cameras. The inmate, Gilbert Ramos, had this pointed message for Fernandez after officers detained him.
That was stupid move, man. I'm gonna file charges on you, you know that, right? Yeah. Stupid move.
Records show Ramos did file a formal complaint, claiming that Fernandez threw him to the ground while Ramos was seated.
So you grabbed his legs?
Weeks after the incident, a fellow deputy told sheriff's investigators he saw Ramos scuffling with Fernandez.
Was the inmate complying?
No, he was not complying. He was very resistive.
I was just always kind of trained to act quick. Don't wait. If something's in your gut, act.
But Fernandez's official statement on the altercation included the claim that Ramos was standing when Fernandez grabbed him. After video disputed that assertion, Fernandez amended his report, writing that the inmate was in fact seated when he made physical contact with him. But the damage was done. Although Fernandez was demoted from CERT, he continued to work for BCSO after the incident and says he even completed his peace officers training course in hopes of moving to a patrol position. Instead, a Bexar County grand jury in late 2017 indicted him on 4 charges: official oppression, violating the civil rights of a person in custody, assault, and tampering with a government record.
Did you have any idea that it had even been forwarded to the DA's office for investigation?
Not at all.
A jury in March 2019 found Fernandez not guilty on the first 3 counts of the indictment, but convicted him on a misdemeanor tampering charge. Fernandez, who was sentenced to 6 months probation and no jail time, says Sheriff Javier Salazar turned his back on a deputy who made a simple error on a report and had corrected it within weeks.
Let's just say I saw the video. I saw it. There it is. And then I go and write that. That's tampering the government record. I feel like the sheriff's like the Pope. He's untouchable. If he were to commit a crime, like who watches him?
Fernandez, who says he spent $36,000 on legal fees from his original trial and attempts to get the conviction overturned, claims the stigma of having a record hasn't faded with time.
I worked really hard to get to that position, and it just went all away. It has took a toll on my mental health.
For KSAT Investigates, I'm Dylan Collier. Thank you for joining us on our Best of KSAT Investigates show tonight.